Hey guys, so welcome back to Vegas Paranormal. Yeah, so this place is very cool, very interesting, very haunted, and it captured my eye on another channel which is called Desert Deb, so thank you for that, I do appreciate it. But what really captured my attention about this place is the clowns. A museum of clowns. Now this place is in Barstow, California. It's 313 Buena Vista Street, and he's still in the process of working on it, but he does do private tours. So enjoy the madness of the Clown Museum.
That's where the clowns put on their makeup, prepared for their skits, and got their props together and that kind of stuff. And it was known that if you walked into Clown Alley, you better be careful. You can get a pie in your face, a bucket of water poured on your head. You better watch out. Somebody will try to trip you. Any number of things could happen in Clown Alley. So this is called Clown Alley, and all these little houses are named after famous clowns. You got like Krusty's Crib, Ronald's Ranch, Lunette's Loft, Bozo's Bungalow. They're all named after famous clowns. This is going to be the children's craft area. It's not finished yet. We'll come through here. We'll go down to the garage next. Now that sign there was supposed to go on the front of the building, but the city wouldn't allow it. They said no, because I wanted to put it on the existing sign to give it a three-dimensional look, and they said no, there's too much wind out here, it will never work. If you want to do that, you got to tear down the old, it's like going to be a nightmare to do it. So I just said, all right, I'll put it in the back. But I was really mad at the time, but then we had a really strong windstorm that came through here about a month ago, and the city might have been right, because it actually, that wall, that thing on that security wall on the top there was a tall one, and the wind actually broke the brick and knocked it down. So they might have been right on that one. Okay, so I don't give them too much trouble on that one. Some of their other regulations are ridiculous though. That's my clown truck. I still use that as part. I got a clown car in the clown car garage over here.
Oh shit.
So cool.
That's my second clown car. That's the most popular one I have. You've been in Southern California, everybody knows this.
Well, that's good.
We got some little clown cars here, and we've got those are all my speeding tickets on the wall there. Running late for parties and whatnot.
You gotta go.
And for all the tickets that I have gotten, for the most part, the police have been very good to me because they've given me a lot of breaks. So
I'm sure.
I have to tell you, this is going to be eventually a performance area. Okay, but it's not finished yet either. This garage is almost done. Got to get the floors done. This will be for performances here. And this, like I said, this is for the clown cars. Okay, and then
That's really cool.
yeah, there's a little clown up on the sled up there and stuff. So we'll move through this way. These little tables are all going to be for the children's area for their crafts and stuff. Warming up, moving stuff. Okay, I put this slide in, right? I made sure I measured it exactly the same way as the slides on the other one. Exactly to the directions, the exact angle, right? So I gave it a test myself first. And I came flying down that thing. I slammed into the wood. All right, so that's where I put the cushion on. Like, oh man, kids are not gonna be able to go down that. But then when I had little kids here and they wanted to go down, I said to their parents, it's up to them, but it's fast. You better stand there. Because they're so little and light, they don't go down fast. They go down slower. So I was like, all right. So it's actually more dangerous for adults to go down than kids.
Better to have the safety precaution.
Yeah, because the kids, they go down very slow and they just plop right off and then go down the next one. But as an adult, I couldn't believe how fast I flew down that thing. These are just some different games. I'm going to have ring toss and knock the clown head down. That stuff's all like in the making. We'll step in here. This will be the souvenir shop, clown store, whatever.
Oh, wow.
It's not filled with merchandise yet, but eventually I'll fill it. These shoes I bought in Nepal. I think I got them really cheap. They're 100% wool, so I bought up as many as I could.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And now right here we can step through the clown's head and we enter this room. Now originally what I wanted to do, I was gonna have like China did like 50 grand though, and I just didn't have the money.
Yeah, oh
so
wow.
I thought,
That's kind of expensive.
I'll just paint a face on here and then eventually maybe I'll upgrade to that. We're gonna go through here. This used to be a window actually. I just took the window out. Watch your head because it's a low entrance.
Low clearance.
Yeah, clearance, whatever. This would be if you had a children's bedroom with a clown theme. You got some Cabbage Patch clown dolls. That's an old helium cover. Of course, it's been restored. These pictures were done by an artist in Mexico. These are all handmade up here, these seated clowns. And you've got some old antique clown toys over here. Some more pictures. Blin Blin, that's a famous clown in Mexico. But feel free to look around in here all you like.
There you go.
Giving my sister nightmares for months.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, I love that picture right there. That's a beautiful picture. Right straight ahead.
This one here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Cholo clowns. I've got another room that's got only Cholo clowns, too.
Nice.
Now, we come in here. We go down this way. That's a mascot in a, I got that in Japan. That's a mascot for a Japanese casino. It's actually not a money casino. They play games and you win prizes. That's how it works. These I got in Fez, Morocco. This is a sad story. This girl here, okay, her name was Clownin' Monroe, and she did a Marilyn Monroe look, but dressed as a clown. That's me with her, actually, in Hollywood, after we were done performing. And she was taking a shower one day, right? Just taking a shower, and she slipped and hit her head on the porcelain. Like, bam, and had a big bump on the back of her head and a headache. She's like, ah. So she just didn't think nothing of it, really. Went to sleep.
Never
woke up. Just like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and she had like a 13-year-old daughter, too. They found her. It was really bad. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, in here, if you want to step in here, these are plush clowns or stuffed clowns or whatever you want to call them. All these up here were purchased in Shanghai, China. I went in, saw all of them, said, I'll take every one of them, and she sold me every one. These two real old fellows back here, those are from Paris. I bought those in an outdoor market in Paris. And then the other ones were just purchased at all different various places.
He's one of your culprits.
This guy here?
No.
This guy?
No.
This guy?
Yes.
Oh, is he really? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's been around a while.
Yeah.
Now, this little car was donated by my social media manager, who I've known. She's a junior at Long Beach Poly High School, but I've known her since she was a little girl, since she was 3, and that was her car. And I was selling one condo and buying another, and I was renting a room from her mother. And every morning she'd be in that little car, driving around the kitchen, waking everybody up. And she actually donated her car to me, and she got a little older. I said, Sarah, let's put that little car of yours in here. Now, if you want to step in here, you've got clown cookie jars. You got clown plates. You got ceramic clowns. You got clown salt and pepper shakers. You got some ceramic clowns.
I'll find some clown stuff and do that.
You're not gonna hurt anything, man.
I'll bring some clown stuff for you.
Cool, man. And these are clown wine bottle holders. Now this salt and pepper shaker collection here. Remember the old penny saver? Remember that newspaper?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, it was a big thing in the day before the internet, and that's where everybody advertised. And I put an ad in there, clown stuff wanted. And I got a lot of calls from senior citizens that were selling their collections. And I went into their house. They must have had 2,000 salt and pepper shakers.
Jesus!
And they were getting rid of everything. They were retired. They just wanted to travel, right? And I said, all right, I'll take all your clowns. And those were all, just about all of those, with the exception of maybe a couple. But they were all from the same couple. And you wouldn't have believed the amount of salt and pepper shakers all over the place. It was incredible.
Dude.
Yeah, anyway, in here, you've got clown music boxes, clown bells. Now, when all these are going at the same time, it is really amazing. But I'll have to have somebody in here eventually that all they're doing is just like winding these up, because they all stop and start at different times. But when you get every one of them going at once, it's really, really cool. And then you got like these, I think I got these guys in China also. And these guys, like a lot of these clowns, they dance and do different things.
Wind-ups.
Yeah, they're all wind-ups. But I'll have somebody in here that's just like, that's all they do. A lot of these guys bounce up and down.
It moves.
Oh yeah.
The way it moves is creepy.
It moves. It's like, I'm going to do my own little
But when
thing.
everything's going at once, it's really cool.
There's just no place for your eyes to rest. It's
I know,
awesome.
right? Talk about ADHD.
Yeah, did you guys ever see me on? I was on Soft White Underbelly. You familiar with that show?
No.
I was on that show. You have to watch the episode. Obsessive Compulsive Clown, and this room is definitely an OCD kind
Holy
of
shit.
clown. These are all paper mache clowns and clown banks. And there's a clown pinata. All these were most of these were purchased in Mexico, in Tijuana, because that's a real art they have over there. I have a friend of mine's an artist in San Diego. She's Mexican, and she's going to make me a real big one, she said.
Nice.
A tall one. But these here, again, same thing. I went into one store and bought all of them.
It's
So
crazy.
I'll take every one of them. But these are all paper. You can step into these rooms if you like as well.
If you look at just the way the makeup's done and the colors that are used, you can actually start to tell the difference between where they're made.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Now these ones down here aren't paper mache. They weren't from Mexico. They're it's like a cloth. Germany, these cutout clowns. I think it was in, I think Nuremberg's where I bought those. Oh, here's the story. You see these marionette boxes, these clown marionette boxes?
Yeah, I was wondering about those.
Okay, now the marionettes are here. They hung them up in this area. Now with the marionettes, these were from like 1952 in South Carolina, right?
Okay.
And they came with a little skit that you could do with the marionettes, right? Yeah. So I started eating this thing through. It was so racist. I mean, it was so bad. I was like, oh my God. They were talking about two little slave kids Bobo-ing somebody. It was so bad. But that was South Carolina, like 1952. So, you know, right around that time is when the civil rights movement started back then. But it was so bad. I should actually have it displayed in the museum because it is history.
It is history.
I probably will. But anyway, these are, this guy here's from, I believe he's from London.
He's freaky.
I did buy him here though. Yeah, he is kind of creepy.
The extender legs.
Yeah. Yeah, these are all, some of these are older, some are newer, some of these are from Mexico.
I'm just hoping nothing flies off a shelf because.
Yeah, really.
No, I mean, it's just when we.
I've had, like I said, I mean, this was an old medical building, so who knows who died.
That explains everything.
Who knows who died in here? It was an old medical building. That's what when I bought it, all the medical equipment was still in here and everything, operating
Where'd you put
tables.
it?
I still have it. It's in another section. I'll show you.
Dude.
I used it. It's in another section. This guy that did these, his name's Winston. He's a portrait artist in Venice Beach. He did all these for me. He did some in the garage that are up there too. However, Winston now has Alzheimer's and he's in a home.
Aww.
He's no longer doing art. These are clown records, clown books, some old prints of pictures.
That's why I'm so fascinated.
Everything.
And here you've got clown t-shirts. All different types. You got Joker, of course, and Lunette and Bozo, some Cholo clowns.
Killer clowns from outer space.
Glitter clowns from outer space.
What about the ICP?
I got them. They're in here
Right there.
somewhere. Where are they? There
Black
we go.
shirt
Right
next
there.
to the pink.
Insane clown posse.
Yeah, that's one of the.
That's gorgeous.
I love that one. That one's so beautiful.
The color just pops up.
Yeah, they do, don't they? And behind you, this jazz band. I purchased this jazz band in Cairo, and when I bought it, the guy didn't have the original boxes or anything. He just gave me some cheap box to throw it in, and I packed it as best I could. Of course, when I got it back home after the plane, it was in pieces. I mean, literally pieces. Not just a couple big pieces, like a ton of pieces. And I just, with super glue, I glued it back together like a puzzle. Had to mix resin to patch places, had to mix paint to get it to match, and somehow I got it together. If you look close, you can see like a couple cracks.
Yeah, I can see them from here.
Really, really good job.
Yeah, but it took some time, but I did get it back together. And this picture down here, I had a couple people from Russia in here. They said, they noticed that and they read the name. They said, that's a famous artist in Russia. I got it at a thrift store or something. But they knew the other, like, oh yeah, that guy's famous, an artist in Russia. I'm like, no kidding. And I got it like at a thrift store for I don't know what. These here were all local artists. Did these for me. Well, he'd already had them done, and we saw my Addy. This guy down here, I think that's a Columbia hip hop clown. Some old vintage. And he stiffens up a little, but once he gets going, he works pretty good. And the way I found him was I was a mentor to these two little boys and their cousin, and they used to come with me looking for clown stuff. I used to give them a couple bucks for every step over, and you got some vintage pictures up here that are pretty cool too. Yeah. Step in here. Over to the left, you've got Red Skeleton. You guys familiar with Red Skeleton? Probably too young to know him.
I've watched a few.
You know Red Skeleton.
Black and white.
Black and white. Red Skeleton. He had a variety show, and he also played a clown. And he also was an artist and did lots of clown pictures. These are prints, not originals, but they are signed by him. These originals go for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's an art.
Yes, and mime is not considered a clown, but and even this guy that looks almost like a mime, but the eyes, the lips, and the color, he's a clown. Yeah, this little circuit. There was this lady, another senior citizen I found through the Penny Saver, and she used to go around to different like outdoor markets and grab up stuff for me, and I'd give her a commission for anything she found. It took me like about 15 years of collecting, and then once I bought the building, about another 6 to put it together. And I acquired more stuff once I bought the building too.
Nice.
This picture here, I purchased in. Actually, that was done by the same girl that did those other ones downstairs. This was the first picture I hung in the museum.
Oh, wow.
Very first one of all of them. That's actually clowns at Clown Alley getting prepared for this performance. And then from there it just went out. These were from Barnum and Bailey's. You step in here. This stuff was all donated from this young lady's family. All these, those on the table, a few there and a few others. Back here you've got clowns in movies and television, different shows. You got famous actors that played clowns: Morgan Freeman, Bill Murray, Will Smith, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis, yes.
Right there, Jerry Lewis.
You know, he never released that video he made.
Yeah, the one about the Nazis, the Holocaust, yeah. The clown had to lead kids.
Art the Clown.
He had to lead kids into the gas chambers and all that, yeah.
Zach Bagans has the original video.
What was that?
Zach Bagans has the actual
Oh,
video.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't release that. These are different clowns here, different types of clowns, even clown animals. These are all props, different clown props. You got baby clowns over here. Now, baby clowns came later because I was looking at some pictures. I went, I got pictures of baby clowns. I need baby clowns. So I actually painted all these. I just bought up the dolls and painted clown faces on all of them.
Works.
It works.
On those kids. Now we got the history of clowns. You start with Egypt. Now I couldn't find any pictures of the Egyptian clowns, only descriptions, so I did my best to figure it out. They used to entertain the pharaohs, lost limbs, etc. One of the most dangerous things they have to do is if a rider gets tangled on the bull, they got to jump on the bull and untangle the rider. Very, very dangerous. They also would perform skits and comedy routines between rodeo performances, or acts, whatever you want to call them. There's some I got some videos I'm going to put in here eventually too. I got some pretty cool pictures, like this picture and this. But these guys are pretty amazing. Now this
A part of the investigation on this shit.
This guy over here, okay, when you plug him in, he fills with air and he goes up and down and his arms go up. However, I messed up because when he goes up, he smashes his head on the top here and his arm flies open and he knocks all those over.
Aww.
So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. But for now, he'll Murano glass clowns. There's Murano glass over there and all kinds of different porcelain clowns.
Can I put in donations are welcome?
Yeah, you can, of course.
Bet. For clown donations?
Of course. A clown has like a bluish tint to them.
Wow.
They're also very popular. This picture, I believe, is in Central America, but I'm not positive. That's one of my favorite pictures. I love the way that her head comes out here and you got the fade in the back. Yeah, it's cool. This one over here is pretty cool, too. In this room, you've got calendar clowns. I've got the whole collection plus some. You got some old clown dolls, and these are Ron Lee's. That guy Poppy, he donated all these. Family donated all these down here too. Actually, there was 4 of these left. I kept one of them for myself. Then I'm gonna eventually, when I buy another house, I'll put it in my house. I just thought it was cool. And all these tattoos, some of them I got online, but the vast majority. The first time I was back here, it was already just creepy. You know, it was one of those rooms where you're just waiting.
Well, you know, it's crazy you say that because as I entered the room with the thing, I just started feeling...
It's a creepy room, man.
No, man, it's just...
The first time I was in this room when I bought the building, And I left everything like it was. The old carpet, I even peeled the wallpaper more, left the ceiling messy. I thought, no, this is for the scary clowns. Because the first time I was back, it's one of those rooms where you're just like, you get a creepy feeling. You're like looking behind your back and checking doors. But anyway, you got Joker, Pennywise, scary clown movies. Cesar Romero played the first Joker. Then there was Jack Nicholson, Joaquin Phoenix. Yes, in there, you have got killer clowns. Over here is James Holmes. He's the guy that dressed up as the Joker, went into the theater in Colorado and murdered all those people. Sheila Keane Warren, dressed up as a clown, showed up with balloons and flowers to her boyfriend's wife's house and shot her in the head. They couldn't get her. It took them, they couldn't get any DNA evidence on her. They just recently did. She's doing like 10 years now. Damn. And of course, America's most notorious serial killer, John Wayne Gacy. Raped and murdered 33 young men and boys, buried them under the crawl space of his house in suburbs of Chicago. When he ran out of room under his house, he buried some under his garage. Then he would store the bodies in his attic and dump them in the Des Plaines River. He was big in the Democratic Party. There's a picture of him with President Jimmy Carter's wife, Rosalind Carter. When he was imprisoned, he got in waiting on death row. He did paintings. I actually went to an auction where they were selling his original paintings.
So I hope you enjoyed this video because it was very interesting. The knowledge, the experience itself, it was very interesting. But this area right here, it made me feel kind of sick to my stomach. So I asked him, I was like, hey, can we do a paranormal investigation? And he's like, hell yeah. So there is going to be an investigation. I don't know when that will be released on the channel, but there is one in the works. I did leave my phone in this area for 5 minutes, and I wanted to see if anything would make itself through. So here you go. Alright, so guys, I'm going to leave my phone in here for a few minutes and see what wants to make itself known. So, do your thing. And if you want to knock down my phone, go for it. Yeah. I will be back next week. So if you are ready to talk next week, please. Now, to the spirit that said no, I think he was responding to me when I said, go ahead and knock down my phone. The one that said stop it. The owner was actually demonstrating how when he's in there by himself that all he hears is stomping on the floor, and I think one of the spirits said stop it. And to the one that said who's that, Mr. Vegas had went out and came back into the museum, and I think the spirit was asking who's that. So that confirms that it is haunted or it's residual energy. We won't know until our investigation.